As we present to you another one of the candidates running for office in our area. It's a chance for all of us to learn more about each candidate before the general election November 2nd. Tonight, Megan Pringle talks with John Sarbanes about his bid for a third term serving Maryland's 3rd Congressional District.
Joining me now is John Sarbanes, incumbent in the 3rd Congressional District. He's running again. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Well, let's get right to the questions. Good to have you here. What do you see as the single most important issue in Maryland right now?
Well, there's no question it's the same issue that's important all across the country, and that is the economy and jobs. And so we've really got to focus in on that. I'm optimistic that we'll get through this difficult time, but I think it's a matter of when we make policy, do we approach it with the idea that we're all in this together? Or do we approach it with the idea that there's going to be winners and losers? And my philosophy is we have to all be in this together. Particularly now, that means focusing in on the issues that face working Americans and the middle class, and I think that's where we have to have our emphasis.
Once you're in office, what will you do to affect the greatest change and improve the quality of life for your constituents?
Well, the thing I've focused a lot on, and I'll continue to, is making sure that those educational opportunities are there that allow people to move forward, particularly higher education, and keeping that affordable for all Americans. You talk to any family, and they know that it's difficult to afford education right now. So we have to look at keeping Pell Grants strong, and we've increased that from $4,000 a year now to $5,500 a year. We have to look at making sure that we have good loan forgiveness opportunities. I've helped do that for people going to public service, and keeping our community colleges strong, because they not only are educating the next generation, but those who want to go back and get training to have new job opportunities in a transitioning economy can use our community colleges. So I'm going to continue to focus on that.
And what about assets? What are the biggest assets that you can bring to office?
Well, you know, I was in the private sector for 18 years before I ran for Congress, and I worked with businesses, I worked with nonprofits, I worked with community organizations. So I feel like one of the assets I have is I bring a diverse perspective to the job. It's not like I've been in politics my whole life. I mean, I've been doing other things, and I think that's a strength these days and something people appreciate.
And what's the most single important message that you would like to convey to voters right now?
Well, I think the most important message to convey is, you know, I'm here doing strong constituent service. It's the job of voting in Washington, and I take that seriously, but I also want to make sure that people know I'm here to help them with issues involving Social Security or Medicare or veterans benefits. I mean, that's why my office is here, to go to bat for people, help them navigate the bureaucracy sometimes, and we always stand ready to do that, myself and my staff.
All right, and what about the one thing that people don't know about you?
Well, you know, one thing I think that people learn and they appreciate is I actually get out of Washington every day and I come back home to my district, which is wonderful because I get back to my family, but I also get to talk to, you know, folks every day who are in the district and are struggling with issues, and I listen to that. And so, you know, I work hard when I'm in Washington, but then I get out at the end of the day, jump in my Ford Focus, drive back home to my district, and make sure I listen.
All right, John Sarbanes, thank you for coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Best of luck.